I got if you go to the penitentiary, man, you gonna get hit.
Back in the days, it took a village.
Each one, out of them 18,
The village is needed.
14 of those charges carry a life sentence.
Because you can't fight.
Yeah, because you can't fight. That's all you know how to do is shoot.
But they are not going to where they need to go to get the real solution.
Can y'all introduce yourself?
Well, first, they call me Mel. I'm quite sure a lot of y'all know who I am, but for those that don't know who I am, they call me Mel. And
This is his wife.
this is my lady, Tamika.
dang.
And she, it acts like she's camera shy, but this is Tamika, my lady. And so we out here to show St. Louis that we out here doing some positive things, trying to keep our community together and keep everybody in
Show your story.
and the story.
We want you to just share your story.
Okay, I do have a story. I
Now,
want to share.
we want you to share your story. Can y'all please share your story? That's the name.
My biggest story, honestly, Cam, I'm quite sure you heard my story, but not all of it. My biggest story when I got out of prison. That was my biggest story, honestly. When I got out of prison, man, things looked real bad for me. I was on parole, I wasn't ready to do what I had to do. But I had to turn it around a little bit because at the end of the day, I had to do what was best for me. I mean, I ain't saying I walked through it with no, like a saint. I had my ups and downs, but I did what I had to do, and I got off of it. And I still, before I got off parole, when I got out of prison, I had to do 12 years on papers, plus another 2 years. So that's another additional years that they had up under me. But I still was managed to put the shoes on tight and walk in the step, put me out of these shoes, put me in a better positive way so I can be, a better productive community citizen out here in this world. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but it was not easy. It was not easy. It was not easy. I'd had at least 30 parole officers, honestly. Out of a 30-year sentence, I did 18 years, stayed in feds. I got out here, y'all. I made a way for myself. I never went back, never caught another case. I never did anything to make them, just feel like I was detrimental to society. The only thing that was detrimental to society for them was for letting me out because I was gonna prove to them that you'll never get me again. And I proved that to them. I got out in 2010, May 7th. This is 2023 going on 2024. Do the number. Don't tell me you can't do it. If I can do it, any man that's been in prison can do it. No matter what the consequences may be, you just gotta rise above the occasion and say, hey, I gotta do this for me. When you do it for you, then everybody else will come along. You can't worry about what this person doing and that person doing. You gotta worry about what you doing. Because at the same time, them people not up under the system. You are. And for us as black men, I'm speaking on black men. I can't speak for black women. I can just say some of us black men. Stop always thinking the negative way is the best way. The negative way is not the best way. You can't turn the negative, you can't take the negative and try to make it a positive because it's not gonna make it. You have to keep something positive in order to make something positive. And that's what I do with myself. I'm not saying I'm out here doing the best in the world, but I'm doing the one thing that most men out here wish they can do.
Oh, here you go. I got it.
Go wherever I want, when I want, how I want, and I ain't gotta ask them to nobody but God. And that's my story.
All right, so man, look, Mel, I want to touch on a few things real quick. You went to prison 18 years?
Yes, sir.
For the people who have never been to prison but are doing activities that can get them to prison, talk to them. What is it like behind those walls, behind those bars?
Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. When you go behind them walls, man, ain't no more guns. Ain't no more my partner this, my partner that. Ain't none of that no more. It ain't none of that no more. It's eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Either you got two things you're gonna do. You're gonna protect yourself or you're gonna fall victim to the system. And that's what you're not trying to do. Because the system ain't no different from being in jail, ain't no different from being out here. It ain't no different. You just ain't got no weapons.
Do you want to fight or do you want?
That's what you want to do. You don't want your blood on no shank. You don't want your blood on no shank. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
What's the worst thing that you've seen when you were incarcerated?
The worst thing I've seen in prison when I seen somebody get stabbed and they died. That's the thing I've ever seen. No matter what's going on in prison, when you see somebody get stabbed and you literally watch them die, that's the worst thing I've ever seen since I've been in prison.
Is this like a everyday thing in prison?
It can be. Sometimes depending on the people that's in prison and what they get involved in. See, you gotta know how to, when you go in prison, it's not going there to have fun, it's going there to do your time and get the out of there. Excuse my French, but you get on up out of them. Because so if guys going to prison because of rep, but guess what? You ain't gonna have no rep after you get through when you see what you really have to deal with in prison versus dealing with out here. See, it's easy out here, but when you go to prison, it's a way different scenario. Ain't no mamas, ain't no daddies, ain't no brothers, ain't no cousins. It's all for yourself. And you gotta know how to adjust to the system in order to survive in there. Keep your nose out of things that ain't got nothing to do with you and do what you gotta do. Ain't no use to playing with these people and with this stuff, man, because you catch a case in prison, that's what they trying to do, keep you in prison.
That's my so it's a
What's up?
and we're gonna bring her in shortly. So as a man that's been in prison, what type of what would you like to say to the youth out there? I picked the youth because like that's always a big thing in St. Louis right now, and just in our culture period. A lot of the youth, they don't have the experience, or they've never experienced what y'all have experienced in life by you guys being older. Talk to the youth.
This is to the youth. I've been wanting to say this for the longest because I'm tired of it. I don't know what y'all got going on out here. I don't know what type of milk y'all mama's been feeding y'all. But I'm gonna need y'all to chill out with all this violence y'all doing out here. Y'all out here doing unnecessary stuff that's unworthy. Seriously, y'all got mamas and daddies in crime.
You gonna get hit.
Because you can't fight.
Yeah, because you can't fight. That's all you know how to do is shoot.
fight.
You go to the pen, you gonna get.
They gonna put the dick.
And we hate to say it like that.
Boosie said that.
Seriously. And I hate to say it that way, and I hate the way they put it, but honestly, some of these youth out here don't get it until they get in there and then they become a victim. If you don't want the problems, stop creating the problem because the system is not where you want to be. I can't speak for them, but I can speak for me. Listen, to all the youth, I'm telling y'all, seriously, from my heart, please stop it. It's not worth it. Your friend is more important than anything. All this trying to do this for a rep and cause your partner doing this and your partner doing that. Man, listen, man, anybody can carry a gun, but can you stand up to the manpower of when you get caught with that gun? When you get that 30 or 40 years, can you handle that pressure? I don't think you can. So I'm gonna tell every youth member that's out here, if you walk around, whatever you got on you, you carrying, thinking you hip, man, you better take a skip and put shit down and get yourself together, get you a job, man, and stay out here for your family. Because that's all you got at the end of the day. This is my family. You see my other family member, this is another family member, and the people that's recording this is my family. We've been there, we've done that. We know what it's like. We out here now. Y'all need to start to do the same thing that we're doing. There's no future in all shit y'all, this chaos y'all causing out here. None.
I don't want y'all to stop doing what y'all doing. Keep doing it. They need to lock all y'all ass up. Y'all making it hard for niggas like us. Keep doing what y'all doing, man.
When that judge told you 18 years.
No, when he told me 30. I did 18 and 30.
Oh, okay, all right. When the judge told you 30 years, how old were you at the time? 21.
No, 18. I'm sorry, 18.
Okay, tell that story.
What was that feeling, man?
Hey, honestly, you know how they say, y'all know heard the saying, a man don't cry to his ass in deep pressure. Well, here's a man that's gonna tell you the truth. When that judge gave me them 30 years, man, I cried like a baby. You know why? Because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I was just being hip, but I wasn't hip to what I was about to get sentenced to me. When that judge told me 30 years, man, I just said 30 years, it's all like I asked 30. What am I supposed to do? You know what he told me? Take it one day at a time. Come on, man. Come on, man.
What's that, 365 days?
That's 365.
Times 30?
Times 30.
Take it one day at a time.
Take it one day at a time. So you just did the math. So y'all just heard what he said. Come on, y'all. Is it that serious? What about, hold on, I got another one. What about if you get a life sentence where you're never getting out because you wanted to prove a point to your partner? Or you wanted to kill over a chick because she was out here being slick and ain't tell you everything she had going on.
Tell us some more.
Chill it.
As soon as he finished,
Chill
you
it.
need to tell yours.
Chill it. We all got a story. You do got a story.
I'm acting a fool over these girls.
Yeah, and I just said that. How you men are, these youngsters, old head, all of y'all, man. Listen, man, if you gotta kill over a woman, then you don't need to be with her. Seriously, let her go. Every day that she out here doing something she ain't got no business doing for you, I want to kill over her.
Kill a nigga over some pussy.
You know what? I'm gonna say it like this. Fuck that pussy. I can go get me some more pussy anyway. But I can never get my life back. In that order.
All right. right, so look, before we wrap this up, let's talk about the obstacles that actually led you to prison. Like what led you there? Or was it an obstacle?
I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't even no obstacle. It was me just being a dumbass, hip-ass young man, thinking I was out here gonna get away with something and nothing did. And they booked my ass. But even though they booked me, that's the follow-up
My ass.
for anybody else. And they booked him too. We all been booked.
All of our ass got
But
booked.
the story, the moral of the story we're trying to say to you all is, if you think the fast life that you living is worth getting 30, 40, 50, 60 years or life in prison, do what the f you do.
Tell them this.
Yeah, let them talk.
Hold up, let me say this. Hold back a little bit. Let me say this. Y'all got them guns and all that old shit. I'll go to that joint, them niggas. Y'all can't fight, man.
Tell them, Bird, man.
Listen,
Would you be willing to like talk to the youth and tell your stories to the youth?
I've always been trying to go back to prison.
They ain't gonna listen, man.
But they won't let me in.
Don't listen.
They won't let me in.
Who are they?
The correctional facilities, they won't let me in. I tried to go in with Anthony Shaheed, they will not let me in. Because of my conviction. Because I'm a convicted criminal.
How about this? How about like if you had the opportunity to tell your talk to the youth that were free to hopefully deter them from going in? Is that something that you?
I would do it any day, every day of the week. I won't have no problem with it. I want to see the youth do better than what they're doing.
Freedom to you means what?
Justice.
So do you feel like
In order for us to get justice, in order for us to stay free, we got to do adjustable things to stay free.
But is it really justice?
It's just
That's the question. Is it really fucking justice?
It's justice.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's justice.
You know,
If the
you have
finger
to
ain't
define
pointing
the
at you,
word
but
justice,
it's non-justice. It's not justice if the finger is pointed at you.
Freedom is justice, but what is justice? And you answer that, cameraman. I mean, interviewer.
Cam, you know what it is.
What is? What? No, let him speak. What is that? Turn it
Freedom
on
is
him.
law.
Let him turn it on
No,
him.
no, let him do
You
it.
the interviewer, man. We doing it. This all like a straight dive and direct type. Put it on him. What is it to you, man? What is justice to you, man?
man justice?
Idiot ran down the street.
Three idiots. This is what I'm talking about.
Stole law. You should
All of them.
get them big cuz.
That's what I'm talking about. This is the problem we be having with this stuff like that.
Okay. See, that's the type of shit we talking about.
Nah, police. That ain't the law.
All them look like police.
Them ain't the laws. Them some hip cats that's trying to be outside. They some ignorant hip cats, man. I'm telling you.
That ain't police. Just
One thing about police, they don't ride past no stop signs. They gonna stop, see what's going on.
answer my question, my brother.
So look, I understand, no problem. All right, so look, for me, first let's just say this: different people.
Why the camera on his man? Are you?
No, because they filming.
I don't do the
camera.
All right. So for starters, we got to take to the point where we understand like justice means different things for different people. You know what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying?
what is your definition of justice, man? That's what I'm asking.
It's circumstantial, like depending on the circumstance. Like you get different justices for different things, if that makes sense. For instance, if somebody come by while we doing this interview, we ain't bothering nobody. Somebody decided to unload on us and take one of us off. You know, justice for me looks like I would hope that person gets, arrested. Or, you know what I'm saying, paid.
So you the police.
Hey, if you want to call it the police, you call it, what you want to call it. But like I say, circumstantial. Depending on a different circumstance or a different time.
I'm just asking though, because on some real nigga though. Like, I'm just saying, like, to me, that's not justice, cuz.
I mean, if you want to talk, like,
I'm
look,
saying, like, like, we may be on to, like, two ends of the, two totally different ends of the string.
Well, you gotta think
But, like,
about this. He might not be in the streets.
Nah, this is what I'm saying. We on two totally different ends of the string, so, like, we probably look at shit, like, different, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I can't, like, knock what you say, or how you feel, or how you did, you know what I'm saying? But me, or how you think. But me, it depends on what you do.
We all have a.
It depends on what you do.
right.
You heard, like, if you are,
That's a
like,
circumstantial
now
point.
listen, if you do some stupid, yeah, they need to get your dumb man. You heard me? But if you goddamn me do shit to where like it was self-defense.
High-speed chase.
You know, like some shit to work, like you had to do what you had to do. Then it is what it is. But if you did some dumb ass shit and you deserved it, goddamn me, like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Well, once again, that's what I said. We said the same thing. It's circumstantial.
Yeah, no doubt.
If somebody
no
came through right now, like I say, I'm not lacking. I'm unloaded.
I wouldn't even worry about it. I already know you got it on you.
So,
goddamn phone.
but at the end of the day, if somebody was to hurt y'all, you know, or hurt us doing the taping of this, while we ain't doing it to nobody, that's considered to be stupid stuff.
To me,
You know, to me.
and that's when I say that's a part of justice.
What?
Right.
That's a part of justice because if you are feeling something,
man.
because justice can come from a different, like I said freedom, but justice can come from a different variety of things. In reference to what you just said, say for instance, we doing what man I've been able to do an interview, come down and unload on us, they need to give us something in because when them that's dumb.
My point. I mean, it might look different from different people. Some people might say, hey, I'm going after them.
And that's another thing we be having a problem with too. A lot of you black people going out after retaliation, and sometimes you gotta do something.
Always the answer.
There you go. You gotta sometimes put it in God's hand. Let God deal with it. Yeah. We can't judge nobody or take nobody's life, no matter what the circumstances may be. That's up to God to do that. And that's why I be getting tired of. That's why I don't even like really watching the news no more. Every time I look at the news, I'm seeing some nigga, somebody that's black, man or woman, child or whoever it may be, getting shot or killed. I'm tired of seeing them, honestly.
What do you feel like that do for you mentally?
It with me. It breaks me down sometimes. And because I don't want to keep getting out. You know how many times I just stood on that front line going hard on them police, getting sprayed with that mace, bar spray or whatever the wood, getting shot at with rubber bullet. You know how I went. I didn't do that just for the fun of it. I did it for us black people, as black people, trying to start making changes. And the more change we need to change is how we treat each other. Pac told us a long time ago. It's about the way we treat each other. We rather dog each other out and make each other look bad before we try to help each other or lift each other up. Because all we care about is personal being instead of the whole being. This ain't just about me, it's about everybody that's out there. Because at the end of the day, we all got to bleed the same blood and we all die the same way.
In the closing, there's kids coming up that's gonna see this.
I agree.
You already told them some of them they're not fit for jail. All three of you guys made that clear, or prison I should say. What type of message would you have for them to, like, you know, hopefully, I'm not gonna say walk the straight and narrow. Everybody got to make their mistakes.
Sit down somewhere, man. You know,
My point is this.
every action don't need no reaction, man.
There you go. And if you feel like you get to distress toward the point where you thinking about that, call me. Text me, message me, whatever. Just don't text me and message me on nothing crazy. Text me and message me if you about to do something radical that you don't want to do. Maybe I can give you some positive influence to keep you from doing something stupid because I don't want to see you do a 30 or 40 or 50 years of life in prison. I don't. But if you feel like that's what it's worth that, then do what you got to do.